Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Capricorn, is number 11 and it says, Broom and Whip. It further says, through ritual and repetition, I sweep away the old and master the new. Absolutely right. This is about mastery for you, Capricorn. You know, your 10th house energy, right? So I feel that, and 11 is the master number. So this is about mastery for you. It's, you know, when they say pressure creates diamonds, that pressure is that, you know, the push towards mastery. I feel you're handling it very well. You're handling it by these two tools, by the broom and the whip. Whip is like about being consistent. I do feel that you are practicing something consistently. You might be, you know, it's like when the dancers or, for example, athletes, they go every day, hours and hours training. And what happens? They eventually they come out with mastery in their craft and their art. It's that consistent effort. But this happens only when we declutter our lives. And also, decluttering, you know, Marie Kondo's philosophy. Take to that, learn about it. It's going to be really helpful. Some of you could also be creating some kind of apps for tracking as well, like there is step tracker or fitness tracker or wellness apps and things like that. Some of you could be into that as well at this point in time. But otherwise, this is about, you know, committing yourself to some kind of a daily ritual, like that's something that you do consistently, like repetition. It's like, I was reading about somebody, you know, and the person was saying that, he was going through therapy for addiction problems, you know, and or for something like that. And then every session of therapy was like this broom, you know, where it allowed him to get rid of something that was distracting him, that was not good for him. And then that was allowing him to take back control of his life. So, this reminds me of, you know, like the martial arts, even it reminds me of Kung Fu Panda. So you might be into martial arts training as well, you know, because that transforms our life. It's a lot of discipline, and only through repetition of things that we learn, it transforms us. Kung Fu Panda or Cobra Kai, these are, you know, really powerful manifestations of this energy. But just be careful, because see, when it comes to mastery, we sometimes take there are some constructive ways, but there are some destructive ways as well, you know, so you have to be very careful as to not go on the destructive route when you're trying to master something. For some of you, you might be clearing up things or processes, making it simplified so that you increase your productivity. For some of you, you could be actually clearing away things, whether it's clearing away clutter in your house or clearing away your financial debts is also what I'm picking up with this. Some of you could be into yoga routines, you know, that help you declutter your mind and focus better. James Clear, I read his book about atomic habits. That's so beautifully written. Read that, you know, and it's amazing how that it ties up with this energy, you know, how these small rituals actually transform people's lives. And it's a very interesting book. Read that if you can. So for some of you, this could be that you're having some spiritual rituals in your house and you're clearing it, like the sage and that kind of clearing the house or clearing the energy or stagnant energy. Some of you could be into feng shui, where you organize your house to, up to kind of organize the flow of energy or change the flow of energy. And you know how it says that when we repeat things for 60 days or 2 months or something like that, it actually rewires our brain. So some of you could actually be practicing that. But I do feel that you're very disciplined in your efforts. You're ruled by Saturn. Capricorn, you are the mountain god, right? You are used to climbing the uphill. So I do feel that some of you are decluttering your mind, your space, your energy, your days and routines, where you want to be more clear about and intentional about where you put your time and energy into getting methodical, clearing up space. Maybe you're taking a break from digital media as well in some way. Some of you could be just like refining some craft of yours. Maybe you're, learning an instrument, you're practicing it, and when we repeat the instrument practice, it, maybe the master is at it. So for some of you, it could be at that as well, or you could be training for marathons and things like that. But I feel that, you're clearing away the distractions. You're clearing away things that are uncared to you, where there is confusion, whether it's in routines or your people or relations, whatever that is, you are letting that go. And you are also working on strengthening your body, your core. You could be into gymming and things like that to strengthen your body. And, only when we go repeatedly to the gym is when we build this resilience, right? So you are breaking down older patterns and structures in some way, Capricorn, and you're creating a more organized and constructive routine. The constructive routine for you. And this is really going to help you because, when we have a ritual, when we have a practice, and we do that consistently, it becomes a ritual. And when we make it a sacred practice, then we put all our energy with full intentions, good intentions into it, That way, there is less chaos, there is more understanding, and there is more growth. So I do feel that you're doing things that are empowering you through a disciplined and structured approach, and you're letting go of things that are bothering you and distracting you. The next card you have, Capricorn, is the number 56, and it says Luminous Doom. So the number 5, 6, and 11 are coming through prominent with this energy. 11 came through before for you as well. It's a mastery number, so you're mastering something, right? Whether it's your skill, your craft, or you're mastering your fears, Capricorn. It further says I face the illusion of doom and turn it into wisdom and power. Absolutely. Look at this luminous doom, despairing face, right? So Saliki. He's like, hopeless. Nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen. And in his one hand, he has this bubble. There's lots of bubbles actually in this picture. So this is the bubble of the hopelessness or of fear. This is the bubble of fear of illusions that needs to be popped. Once you pop, you can see behind it. Once we pop that illusion, the bubble of illusion, there is a treasure which is hiding behind it. So that's, I feel, what you need to do, or you will be doing, or you already are doing, Capricorn. I feel that you need to release any kind of fears of hopelessness or doubting how things are going to play out. It's a little bit of negative thinking that you have going on here. But this is just a temporary thing. You need to realize that you're stuck in some kind of this negative pattern. You're thinking negative, you're talking negative about yourself, about your situations. This it looks very heavy, it looks a little dark. The colors are also dark. So I do feel that whatever your struggle you're facing with the heaviness right now, Capricorn, I feel that you are strong enough with that dip and room energy to turn that, to transmute those energies into strength, into wisdom, change the practices, have a good strategy, go at it with consistent efforts. And so I do feel that the solutions are very much near. Things will get clear and you will feel, you will feel lighter because you are going to let go of that doom mentality or the doom illusion of yours. I do feel that, this feels like a Pluto's shadow energy to me. But just know that the solutions that you're looking for, the clarity is very much on the horizon for you, Capricorn. So just get over this mental fog already, okay? I do feel that, and this is something that you need to clear up, and I feel that you're working towards it, about not getting into this pattern of thinking negatively about things. So just get a little playful, Capricorn, little humor goes a long way, and small improvements that you're already doing with the energies out here that I see, you're already making the small daily improvements, and things are going to work out for you. It's just that some things you need to think differently, think outside the box, be more practical with your approaches. For example, for some of you, what I'm getting is financial debts or financial pressure that you might be faced with at this point in time. So to overcome that, you can just have maybe have a budget about where you want to spend, or if there's extra expenses that you're identifying in your monthly budgets, then you can declare that. You can stop the subscriptions, or stop buying unnecessary things for some time. Or you can think of new ways of making money. But I think that, whatever you're fearful of losing things and all of that, this is the time for you, using that with energy to create a new structure and new ways of making money, new growth for you. Even this is also backed by science, guys. Like The brain actually sees threats faster than it notices opportunities, But we can rewire our brain constantly by staying optimistic and hopeful. It's called conscious framing. So, if you can just see your fears about anything, could be finances, and make a practical plan around it, those will solve your problems. Like, for example, the financial pressures that we have had in countries and across the world. What happens? Yes, it's a little bit gloomy and doomy, but then new financial systems and new financial startups and processes come up, and then we're there in a new kind of an economy. Similarly, you can, to release this energy, to ground your emotions, do something which is more practical, more earthy, exercise, meditate, cut out the clutter in your house, go a little bit minimalistic for a while, for a bit, until your plans are already in action and you're seeing the results. I feel that this is your turning point right now, Capricorn, because, when we hit this kind of hopelessness or rock bottom kind of energy, I'm not saying it's rock bottom for you, but this hopeless energy, we're going to lose this, we're going to lose our job, the money, or this person's going to go away and things like that. Once we overcome those fears, then we start seeing our true gifts, We find new jobs, we find new streams of income, we connect with newer people that, hopefully, become our partners for a long, long time, whether friends or social circle, whatever that is. So I do feel that this is that period before the transformation and changes are coming in. It's that shadow energy, right? So don't get sucked into this. Just know that changes are on the horizon for you, Capricorn. Something's going to be renewed for you, new ways of thinking, and you're going to be mastering all of the problems or, the fears you have. You will overcome those. The next card you have, Capricorn, is the Six of Swords, and it further says science. This further says, I use wisdom, reason, and structure to cross into clarity. So, yeah, that's what exactly it is. And I did feel that with the luminous doom, you're lost in thoughts, right? There's chaos, there is hopelessness. I do feel that you're using logic out here. Six of Swords is a very mental suit. It's an air suit. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are the air elements. For you, Capricorn, I feel that you are getting care about things. If not as yet, it's almost there. You're almost there. This is like using structure, using science. When pandemic hit, scientists and science-based vaccines came forward to give people that hope back, right, of a normal life. That's the kind of energy that's coming through with the Six of Swords, Capricorn, for you today. It's like, something that you're creating, a process, a structure. You might be, innovating something or, to put a structure in that chaos, it's like a lot of logic, a lot of, even though you're the earth sign, but I'm getting a lot of logic with you out here. You might be thinking about a lot of things. You might be thinking outside the box. There's a lot of tracking energy out here. You might be tracking things, data. You might be tracking the data. You might be tracking progress every single day. There's like, you could be tracking some health issues with health trackers. I don't know if you guys have heard about Motion and Shallow. These are a lot of trackers that are available, financial planners. So you could be organizing things using these tools as well. But I do feel that you are moving away from heaviness. This Six of Swords is like moving away from heaviness into calmer waters, right? So you're leaving behind that emotional struggle because you're getting the clarity, because you're able to reason things, because you're able to apply structures. Science is like something that adds knowledge that we can apply. So it's not just about, going out there in the lab and experimenting with things. That's not just science. When we learn about processes, when we apply that knowledge in our daily lives, that becomes our wisdom. That becomes applied sciences. And so I do feel that some of you couldn't be into astronomy or something like that, where you're collecting data about stars and you're trying to decipher something out of it, make something logical out of it. But this could also be like collecting information. It's just like, when we do market research and all of that. We collect a lot of information and then we put it in the tools and then we get the results from it. Or it could be sales. You could be analyzing sales results as well. But a lot of formulas that are going into understanding the data behind it, something that makes it efficient, the system that makes it efficient. Maybe you're making your daily lifestyle efficient. You're trying to automate things that is possible to automate. This is also like, yeah, I do feel that you're no longer going to be in this la-la land thinking and worrying. You're going to, cut through this illusion and this hopelessness by using your brain, using your mind and solving problems, getting data in order to release any kind of negativity in your brain. And the last card for today, Capricorn, you have is the number 33. You have a lot of master numbers out here. You are becoming a master at something, Capricorn. It says, leave behind what is no longer you. And it further says, I honor what I've outgrown. I release so I may rise. I honor what I've outgrown. I release so I may rise. Yeah, this is not about any kind of loss, Capricorn. You're graduating here. So congratulations on that. This is like shedding of old habits, old patterns, just like the snake does, right? And crabs do. They shed their skins, their shells. And if they don't do it, they get suffocated in that, right? So shedding is mandatory. We have to shed old patterns that, that are not aligned with the current times. And sorry about that. And as soon as we do, there is new opportunities, new chances, new doors that open after we let go. This is a very karmic time for you, Capricorn. I feel it's a time where you can just release the old structures, belief system, things that you had in your head, whether it's jobs, routines, everything, burdens, guilt, illusions, everything got to go. So that new space is created. And I feel new space is being created with that whip and the broom, right? I feel that sometimes we just attach ourselves to the past, things, even though they're past, way past their expiration date. But here it is. You are living, you are shedding those things. You're being true to yourself, very authentic, deeply authentic is what I want to say, right? Because whatever you are letting go of right now, Capricorn, that's your new growth. It's a new birth for you. Yeah. So I feel that stay strong and, keep doing whatever rituals and cleansing in whatever you are doing. It feels like a sprinkling to me, but, it could be just like a periodic release that we do. Naturally, it's called the optimal release. So you might be into that as well. But I feel that, look at this girl. She's not sad by any means, she looks very calm. She's planting her blue gown, look at the beautiful blue scenery behind. The trees have shed their leaves. This is liberation. She's feeling liberated, she's raising up her down, in joy. She's expressing herself. She's not hiding away. She's lifting it up, being very authentic with herself. You're no longer covering up your your wishes, your desires, you're expressing who you want to be, and you are getting there. So I do feel that whatever, duties or obligations you had, I feel that you are no longer into it. It's done. And you're like, what, I'm going to do things only if it comes from my heart, only if it aligns with my values, my time, my schedule, my routine, and things like that. It's a very Saturnian lesson which is here for you at play. So I do feel that you're, either you're decluttering away old things that are no longer required in your house, or maybe you're leaving behind jobs that are no longer, exciting you or working for you. Maybe you're moving into entrepreneurship, who knows. Some of you this could be related to family as well, where, there are some patterns that we accrue over a period of time. It's like, I remember somebody saying that I'm valuable only if I sacrifice everything, that kind of an energy. But no, you're shedding that as well. You are having healthier patterns, healthier talks about yourself, and you're standing strong. You're doing things only that out of love for you and general love for people, standing in your power, in your authenticity. And very soon you're going to start feel very lighter, and you are going to, this is like a new birth, new identity that is being formed for you, Capricorn. And congratulations on this graduation. Now, these are general energies will play out differently for each one of you. Let me know in the comments below how these energies play out in your life, and hope you enjoyed your messages, Capricorn. So, thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.